Today's show is brought to you by Sock Bunny. Sock Bunny presents you with a list of customizable sock options and sends you the list and the email, and you pick which things you want through the useful app, Sock Bunny. It's the only way to get socks. You can put in your sizes, request which sex you are, male or female, or neither if you choose to not say. And Sock Bunny will find a pair of socks that will be custom made to suit your taste. And if you don't like them, you can send them back, and Sock Bunny will order you two of a different kind of its choosing. So, once again, we are brought to you by Sock Bunny, sockbunny.com.
Death within your depths I see, a one who dares to rival me. Brew the magical recipe. Oil cauldron. Oil!
Let's all be wizards and fly around in the sky. Let's all be wizards, immortal we could never die. Let's cast some spells with all of our dear friends. Let's all be wizards, the magic it would never end. And we'll fly so high in the sky. Fly so high in the sky. Fly so high in the sky.
Yeah, with added flexible options.
Time on yours. Time on yours.
Hello and welcome to Let's Just Be Wizards, a bi-weekly podcast that delves into the dark arts in order to answer the age-old question, can I be a wizard? I'm your host, Adam Hilton, and to my left hand is...
Drew Cox here. Hello.
So, through the course of this podcast, we will attempt to concoct elixirs, entice faeries, open portals to dimensions beyond time and space, and everything else under the moon. So strap in for the show that will spike your punchbowl with wormwood and mugwort. This week on Wizards, magical potions. So, how was your week, Andrew?
That was pretty exciting. I made a potion and I had made a potion and had some results with that, and I've just been pretty excited about just generally wizarding about.
Yeah.
I've actually had some pretty good results with my wizarding this week.
Yeah, no, you told me about some. We'll get into
that.
We'll get into that, some of that later. I feel like some other magical things happened in the past 2 weeks, too, that we could talk about earlier. I can't think of any at the moment. So, yeah.
Should we just go ahead and jump into news here? Or,
yeah, let's just jump into news.
All right. Well, let's follow up. Let's follow up a story we covered last week.
Oh, just before we do that, we should mention what happened to our third host.
Yes, Max Lehman had been. Well, I guess there were some issues with the embassy, and Obama sent him back to Russia.
Yeah, he'd been staying at one of those really nice places.
It was fucking nice, dude.
It was over
they had like a pool,
Carmichael area. Yeah,
man, indoor pool,
everything.
It was nice.
But him and his family, I guess, have to go back for something. And
yeah, I don't know.
You think they'll come back?
He says he's going to come back, but. We'll
his
see.
Dad
Once his mom might not.
Mom might not. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, anyways, we wish him the best, and hopefully he'll be back for the next episode. So, yeah, let's look at this week in wizardry.
Okay. Well, in our last episode, we talked about a little insincere salute to our Dark Lord and Master Satan down in the Sunshine State being repeatedly desecrated, vandalized, and having the living shit talked out of it by the locals.
The big pentagram.
This was the giant steel pentagram down in Boca Raton. And it appears that in one last hurrah, the Vandals have struck once again.
Oh, no.
And they just filled every orifice of this thing, just raped it with traffic cones.
Wow.
Which would have probably helped with the truck incident.
That hit it earlier.
Yeah, that had like maybe that would have directed the truck away from it, but probably not. However, this will be the last we're hearing of this because as of the 6th of February, the permit for the structure has been expired and it will be removed from the park, hopefully to be forgotten, but it will remain always in our hearts as a tribute to our Dark Lord and Master.
So he had a permit for that.
Yeah, the artist had a permit in the free expression zone, which we had talked about. Like you could basically file a permit and put whatever art installation you wanted in this park. Yeah,
in Boca Raton.
Boca Raton.
Yeah. Well, that's too bad. I actually could imagine though if you filled up a pentagram in the empty spaces with a bunch of orange cones, it might look kind of.
It looked kind of cool.
Yeah,
kind of like it had like big spikes or like horns on it now.
Yeah, like when you put plastic cups through the things in a fence.
Yeah,
the holes in a chain link fence. That's what kids do at their schools sometimes
for Dare Week. Or,
exactly.
Cancer awareness or Walk for the Cure or whatever.
Yeah, but this is more like
we don't like your kind of raising awareness about
caution. This is a pentagram.
This is evil in this area. Yeah.
Okay,
so let's move on to far across the seas in Damascus, Syria, and this is a tragic story of
they've been in the news a lot.
ISIS up to their usual tricks, destabilizing zones and having more hits on YouTube than us.
Call back to the episode when someone put a curse on al-Baghdadi.
Yes, well, apparently. They are not too happy with wizard kind in general, and they have gone to zeroing in on the wizards in their areas which they're in control of, and executing the crap out of them. Now, oddly, this story, I feel like this was a case of a wizard beheading a wizard.
Yeah.
The guy who did it, if you saw him, and we will probably put a picture up so we can get a frame of reference here. Like, this guy is nuts looking. He's a white guy. He has like this orange crazy beard. And if we know anything about wizards, they can be often judged by their beard.
Is he one of those weird English white people?
Yes,
that
he's
big into ISIS.
He is a white ISIS guy who is calling out wizards. And anyway, so this...
I don't know if those white ISIS guys...
Well, anyway, Jiminy fucking Jihad over here, just before condemning this guy to death for being a wizard, cast a spell of doom himself. Wow. Now, I don't know if he did that to be like, oh, okay, well, you want to cast your magic, I cast a spell of doom on you, and then literally chop your head off. Like, the spell of doom may have been... kind of just...
Oh, wait, who cast the spell of doom?
The guy doing the beheading.
Oh, he literally
did this, yes.
Oh, that's so hypocritical.
Yes, I know. Well, that's why I say I think this is more about one wizard just like, oh, no, not other wizards. I'm king wizard in this part of the world. We're not letting these other guys pop up and just randomly...
Did the article say what the other wizard?
Oddly enough, my sources were very vague. Other than this happened sometime around the night of the 27th of December, and it didn't give me any names of the victims or the perpetrators. Just a few photographs and a basic rundown of the events. But I feel like we should just dedicate this episode to our fallen wizard brother, whose name we do not know. And we probably lost another listener.
Damn it.
This week.
Another one. This is terrible.
Yeah, this is not. Well, anyway, but this is bad news all around. If you're in Syria, don't listen to our podcast.
Yeah.
It will cost your life.
I wonder, how anyone would have I mean, you got to have guts to be practicing something besides Islam in a place with active ISIS.
Well, technically speaking, he was just a form of Islam that uses more magical elements in their rituals.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So He might not have even been a wizard. He just fell into a category of not okay Islam that this guy said, screw you, you're an evil
I'll take
sorcerer, and we'll take this guy out. And
Yeah.
that's what they did.
Yeah.
So, it could have just been the form of Islam he was practicing was dismissed as sorcery.
Heathenism.
Yeah, some form of heathenism, which I think when we've been kind of touching.
We could
on
all
that a
kind of
bit.
be considered wizards,
Right.
I mean, well, definitely us, but anyone who's doing something besides Islam to ISIS
is gonna pretty much be
they're up to some witchcraft.
doing witchcraft.
Okay.
Well, that's the news.
That's it for the news. Let's get on to the topic. First of all, what is a potion? The word potion comes from the Latin word potio, which means drink, or potio, I guess, and refers to a magical drink used as medicine, drug, or poison. In mythology and literature, potions are often made by witches, faeries, or magicians for the purpose of casting love spells, healing a malady, or poisoning a victim. Some potions, such as those used in Haiti by voodoo sorcerers, can cause their victim to appear dead for hours, only to return to life once the effect is worn off, thereby creating a real-life zombie.
Ooh.
Have you ever had this happen to you?
Where I died and came back to life?
Yeah.
No.
And they tried to make it look like
No, I've never participated in that. Have you?
Yeah, I've tried it.
Okay.
I tried drinking it, and in elementary school, they're like,
If you drink this, you'll die.
and come
And
back.
then come back.
Yeah,
You just kind of lay down by the dugout and
yeah, it's like the
Just
thing
wait
where you
there.
try and pass out your friend by holding their neck, and then they.
the Vulcan neck pinch.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. It's like when it's like that one time the Vulcan neck pinch definitely
hold your-
worked on
yes.
the playground.
You
Yeah.
hold your breath for like 30 seconds, and the friend holds the sides of your neck.
you know
and
what? No,
pass
let me
out.
actually. No, I used to do this thing where I would just kind of like try to push all the blood pressure up to my head till I would pass out, and and I would pass out and come
That
to
works?
sometime. Yeah,
Just by focusing all your.
yeah.
I guess that happens on the toilet sometimes.
Well, that's where I learned. That's where I first learned that trick. But
Yeah. Oh well.
yeah.
Other potions, such as love potion number 9, can cause their victim to not know whether it's day or night and start kissing
Yes,
everything in sight. The victim may even kiss a cop down on 34th and Vine, who will then most likely break the little bottle of love potion number 9.
Ah, okay.
All right. That's what a potion is, in case you didn't know. Mm-hmm. The history, shall we go into the... Let's go into the history of potions.
Okay. All right. We're gonna do the history.
Oh, I'm back. Okay.
Hey, I'm back, you guys. Time to do the history.
All right. No, okay.
I miss Max already.
I know. I really wish he was here right now to see all this.
You think he's proud of us right now?
Yeah, if he could hear us right now, I think he'd be pretty proud. But
Do you think he's as proud of us as we are disappointed in him?
no,
I don't
there's
either.
no way.
There's no
that could-
possible way that could be the truth.
No. All right. Here's the history. The use of magic potions, like magic itself, dates back to prehistoric religions. It can be found in early records such as the Egyptian pyramid text and Indian Vedas. In ancient Egypt, a spell usually consisted of 2 parts: the words to be spoken and a description of the actions to be taken. To be effective, all the words, especially the secret names of deities, had to be pronounced correctly. The words might be
God,
spoken.
we would do terrible at that.
At doing things like by the rules.
I'm just saying as far as pronouncing things, like that is one of our biggest roadblocks on this show. Is like we hit a word we don't know, and we're just like, the Egyptians would have our ass as far as wizardry is concerned. We are not up to their standards.
But we'd already be speaking Egyptian, so
No, we
you could look it up on a rune or a tablet.
on a smart tablet.
Like,
and
let
it
me
would
just
be,
see here.
uh,
Picture of a guy sitting with a triangle legs.
sideways face the other way. Yeah, I don't know.
I got this. All right. Well, good point. The words might be spoken to activate the power of an amulet, a figurine, or a potion. These potions might
Hey.
contain... Yeah?
I unlock the power of figurines all the time.
Yeah, you do.
That's my main magical thing.
Do you want to let the listeners kind of into your life here?
Yeah, I would like to. So, I would like to do this. I created a portal, kind of drew a pentagram on an altar, which I placed a candle in the center of. Now, at each points of the pentagram, I placed a Funko Mystery Mini, licensed by Hasbro, of each one of my selected little ponies, My Little Ponies, Friendship is Magic ponies. And I used this portal to try to channel horse fame and also knock other bronies off their game using spiritual energy and the power of figurines. Now, a friend of mine told me that he suspects my pony portal might be causing the show to get worse. But
The actual My Little
Pony show, he thinks, that's why the show's been so crappy in the past couple seasons. But I think the last couple seasons are really good of the show, personally. I'm like, when people say, like, is that why it's so shitty now? I just don't know what you're talking about, because, like, I like that the ponies got crunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I
It hasn't gone the way of The Simpsons yet?
Not quite, because Simpsons will... Well, it's getting there. No, it went a very different way from The Simpsons, because it's doing stuff where we're like, we'll introduce new characters. We'll focus on characters we weren't focusing on before. Whereas Simpsons is, like, they were doing a lot of that annoying, like, who do we team up this week? Roll the Simpsons dice. Mo and...
Lisa.
Dr. Rick.
Oh, no.
Yeah. They don't. Yeah, Mo and Lisa. All right, team them up. Yeah. Ponies hasn't quite gotten to
Were
that
the
point
Lisa
yet.
episodes the worst episode? I mean, I could...
Tappa, tappa, tappa. A tappa, tappa, tappa.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Actually, some of those were pretty funny now that I think about it. Lisa got funnier as the show went on. Maybe.
Was the swimming pool episode a Lisa episode?
Yeah, where she was pretty funny.
Yeah.
What were the bad episodes? The Marge ones? Who could we blame
Marge
for-
versus the monorail. That's a good episode.
True, and the
I mean,
itchy and
and
scratchy
well,
one.
I mean, is anyone? Yeah, that's a really good one.
Maybe the Homer ones were secretly the worst. No,
the Bart episodes are the worst.
Oh, duh!
Yeah, dude, come on, everyone. Bart episodes are the
Tried
worst.
to throw the women under the
Yeah,
bus
Bart.
first.
Yeah, you went, but Bart episodes are the absolute, just like bottom of the barrel, just like
Yeah, it's like the ones with what's his name, that
We're like-
reoccurring horrible something Bob.
Sideshow Bob.
Oh,
yeah. Oh my
God.
God.
Those were the.
He's
now
obsessed,
it's time.
and now I'm going to get you, Bart.
It's like I didn't like Frasier, and I don't like.
Right,
you.
I hate Kelsey Grammer. I hate this, like, someone obsessed with killing Bart. It's gonna get... Oh, no, if only that wouldn't
Yeah.
happen.
Right.
Like, what if they're just like, season 12, Sideshow Bob's finally gonna get Bart.
Yeah. Finally kill off Bart.
Get him off this damn show.
Get him off his skateboard. Okay.
Oh, man, that was a tangent. Good word.
Yes, it's called padding the
Yes,
show.
I know what it is called.
These potions might contain. Okay, so we're talking about the. You could
Oh wait,
charge
let
a
me try to
figurine.
charging figurines to use powers. I feel like anything where you got like your little fetish object where you've attached a lot of spiritual energy into something where you're like, I spend a lot of time like talking about little horses and thinking about little horses and thinking about what these other bros who do that all day are doing. Like, you can really charge those up with some energy, some real negative energy if you want. But if you listen to Flim Flam Philosophy complaining about why his channel is losing hits, that's why.
You're going to directly link this.
Yeah, 100%. No,
activities.
not because he won't do another Rainbow Dash Presents, only because I did a spell.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I could believe it. I've seen your altar. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, the wax on it right now is just like
There's a lot of
it's
candles
amazing.
that's been on that
There's been
bench.
a lot of candles on there.
These potions might contain bizarre ingredients such as the blood of a black dog or the milk of a woman who has borne a male child. getting specific.
Okay.
Yeah. Mine didn't have any of those things, unfortunately. It would have been fun to try and get that.
Yeah. Oh man, my spell did not have ingredients like that.
In Greek myths, powerful herbs were depicted as rare and difficult to obtain. The term for herb, good or bad, was pharmakon, the root word for the modern pharmacy. The word is variously translated depending on context. Herbs were usually mixed into a drink or mushy stew in bowls or large cauldrons. They were also soaked in water, and the liquid sprinkled or made into an unguent to rub on the body.
An unguent.
Yes, I pronounced that.
So umptuous. An umptuous unguent.
Perfectly. Hold on. In Homer's Odyssey, Circe, daughter... Yeah. There we go again. In Homer's Odyssey, Circe, daughter of Helios, the sun god, appears as the first witch in classical literature. She was a beautiful and sensual minor goddess who worked the loom like a proper female. Sorry, I said that.
Yeah.
Can
You
I back
work that
that up?
loom. No, you get in there like a proper female, and you get back on that loom.
All right. Although
I won't have you doing any magic, just loom.
I mean, this is for the time.
I know.
For the
No,
time.
yes, I know. We're not talking about
Proper female of the
contemporary
time.
women.
Even though she dreamed of better things and wished that she could break through the chains.
She did a Disney Princess I Wish song while
Yeah.
singing at the loom, going, "If only I were magic and or something."
But see, she's an exceptional person, the first witch, and although immortal, like mortals, she had to obey orders from the more important gods. When hosting Odysseus' hungry crew, she mixed drugs, pharmaca, into a mushy potion of cheese, barley, honey, and wine. And then tapped
that's a potion?
Yeah.
Because that just sounds like a
barley,
snack.
honey, and yeah, that does kind of just sound like a snack. But check out what it does.
Okay.
And then tap the men with her wand to
Oh,
transform them into
okay.
pigs and wolves.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So not just drinking beer and eating cheese.
We'll do that.
No.
Yeah, you combine that with the wand.
As you'll see, yeah, see, part of potion making is intention.
I'm starting to feel like as we're covering more stuff in this show, we're really starting to find that all the stuff we're studying individually per episode really is just kind of twined together. Like, you know, if you want to do a potion and you wave the wand around while you're doing it, like there's nothing that says the wand isn't going to be in detriment to making the potion. It can only help charge it with magical stuff at that point. You know, I think it's all super connected. You know, just judging by, you know, we'll hear magical anecdotes from magical history like that one, and then suddenly we're realizing like, oh, our potions and our wands and our spells
It's all coming
are
together.
all connected in this one big fucking thing where we're gonna rip the curtain away, guys. We're gonna get to the bottom of this thing. We're gonna find what the one magic element that binds this all together is at some point. Like, because
Pretty soon.
I don't know if it's going to be pretty soon. Could be 100 years from now. Could be 100 episodes from now. Could be our next episode.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Let's say 12.
Let's just go with let's just go with a quick baker's dozen and call that one a day. Yeah.
All right. After 12, we should have figured this out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm glad we did the wand thing actually, because it did kind of help with this process.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just handy to have. Get yourself a wand.
Once you get the wand, it really
everything else.
It just gets a lot easier. It's like, you know, when you're like you're doing something in like the wrong shoes or something the whole time, and then you get the right ones, or you know, you have like a crappy desk chair, and then you get a new one, and you're like, what was I thinking the whole time?
Or some accessory that makes your life
right.
easier.
Just like you didn't have a cell phone, and now you do have a cell phone, or you were like, oh, screw it.
The
I
Bluetooth device.
I don't need a bank account. What am I going to do with that?
That's like, how did I live with one without one before?
Right, and then once you get one, you're like, oh, wow, I can conduct financial transactions without having to worry about where the cash is going to come from. Yeah, it's nice, man.
When did you get a bank account?
What? I've had a bank account for... No, that was an
Is this a recent?
This is an example. I'm not speaking.
It's a big
from
step.
Any
It's a big
experience.
adult
like,
step.
This happened to me earlier, where I was like, I'm am expounding this scenario where it's not something that happened to me. I'm just going like, and then these are the events which could occur, hypothetically, and then everyone's like, oh, that's cool how that happened to you, man. And I'm like, no, it didn't happen to me. I never did that.
All right.
I am not speaking from experience.
Okay.
It's not my experience. It's just the world I live in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The things you see and feel around you. The things you see and
feel around you, not the things you're doing and feeling around you.
Through the Middle Ages, herbalism was preserved in the monasteries of Britain and mainland Europe.
Herbalism, man.
Yeah, if you catch my drift.
If you know what I mean.
Woo. Before the establishment of universities in the 11th and 12th centuries, monasteries served as medical schools. Monks copied and translated many of the works of Hippocrates, Dioscorides, and I totally know that's how you said it, Dioscorides, and Galen. Their psychic gardens, well stocked with the most common and useful medicinal herbs, served as basic training grounds for the next generation of physicians, monks, and wizard people alike.
So, doctors started as wizards, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, I mean,
that is huge.
Yeah.
That is huge.
Before there were people who, quote-unquote, practiced medicine.
Yeah, who could get all the glass out of your wounds if they said so. Mm-hmm. You just trust that they did that.
Is this a personal story?
This is a personal story. Doctors do a bad job sometimes. End of story.
Yeah. Well, they're not all good wizards.
They're not wizards at all. They used to be, and now they're not.
I mean, things like the placebo effect, that's very wizard-like.
That's obviously magic.
Take this pill, and I assure you're going to stop feeling suicidal in a couple weeks.
Right. In a couple weeks from now.
And then they say another couple weeks, and then it's been months, and you're telling them it's just not working. It's just not working.
Yeah. And then they keep, just keep shoving these things down your throat, man. It's like this fucking cycle you can't get off.
Yeah.
And then you
try
to stop taking them. Then once you try to stop taking them, and they weren't doing anything in the first place.
Right, yeah. Flush them all down the toilet.
And then, watch what happens. You'll be the world champion of playing Screaming into the Night Ball. My favorite sport.
Yeah.
It's very easy.
That's
the rules are all in the name.
I mean, it all comes down to this one point, which is that
you can either trust your wizard or you can trust your doctor.
But there's
a choice here, that's a personal choice you're going to make.
Yeah, and
it's up to you. The results are up to you. I think is what the magic is inside of you. Like the whole time. I mean, that's that we know that. Yes, this is perfect.
They could have really. It seemed like we could have asked for we just need a concoction that'll make us.
We could have been like, we're making a new detox potion we found online, or whatever. Mm-hmm. We could have been less open about what our objective was, and I think got a very different result from her. So we went hunting for ingredients for our magic potions, and we went to a Chinese apothecary over in Little Saigon on Stockton and 65th. Pretty cool spot, I guess, but the woman there was like, oh yeah, the only magic spells we sell here are for good luck and for bad luck, and those are the only two kinds of magic anyone should believe in.
That was interesting. I wondered, when she said we have good luck or bad luck, and I wondered if she meant what do you do, cursed stuff too?
Well, I think that
she just means
she was saying
there's only two kinds of energies, good luck and bad luck.
Yeah,
energies.
I think that's what she was getting. She's like, look, you're gonna try and do this ridiculous potion that you probably found online, and it's going to claim to do all these things. But listen, kid, there's only two things in this world, good luck and bad luck. And lucky for me, I said the thing to get you to leave. And lucky for you, you're going to go to the co-op and find the thing you're looking for.
Yeah, they were great.
Okay. Right. Oh, man, the new co-op.
We'll get to that soon. Well, we could talk about it.
Yeah, we're on it now.
Yeah.
How'd you like that new shit over
I love
there,
it.
dude?
And what I loved was that, compared to the thing, when I lived in San Francisco, they had food co-ops and natural food thing.
Everywhere.
Definitely at least 5 major ones. But you go in there, and it wasn't half as glorious as the one we have now in downtown Sacramento.
This place is the food pavilion. Like, they have set the world standard for what a fancy grocery store needs to look like. There's an upstairs where you can go learn about food wizardry. There's a downstairs where you can buy all kinds of food. The guy who works in the cake section is a real annoying hipster. He's a real cake boss. He was doing a real cake boss routine.
And the herbs are crazy.
This herb section. They have a bulk herb section, all alphabetized. It's like an aisle to rival the, like, imagine the ketchup aisle in an average store with all your jars of crap. Mm-hmm. It's like that, but with jars of herbs.
Well, just so many choices.
That's what I'm saying. Like the amount of choice. Yeah, the cereal aisle. That's a better example. It was the trash cereal aisle.
There's only 3 brands of ketchup in existence.
That was a bad example.
Heinz.
But I was thinking, like, you go into the ketchup aisle and you're like peppers, ketchup, mustard, jelly.
You get condiments.
Like just the condiment aisle. I called it the ketchup aisle, but it's like going in the condiment aisle. I think the junk cereal aisle is a better example.
The junk cereal.
Yeah. Junk cereal. Yeah, because like oatmeal is cereal, but it's not fun, and it's like on a separate kind of corner of the aisle. For serious breakfasting. Oats, Quaker Oats.
Yeah. It's actually really good.
It's good. I like a good porridge.
But who has time for that?
Right. Well, if you do it in the crock pot the night before, it can... Who
has
time for that? Yeah, once again,
I'm getting
pragmatism. I'm going to be pragmatic and make my tomorrow's breakfast tonight.
All right, so I was looking at, usually I have, what does the Bible have to say about X, Y, or Z, or I just try and get some other perspective on this, on the topic we're covering. But I found this thing kind of funny. Here's a Yahoo question from about 5 years ago. Okay. You ever go into Yahoo Answers? And questions?
Yes, I have.
All right, this was a question. It said, "Why won't my father let me do my Wiccan potions? He acts all weird when I talk about it and stuff. And he, my sister, and everyone else are Christian." That was
Hold on, wait. Let me redo it. Why won't my father let me watch My Little Pony? It's like this question, which is just like, why can't I do any of that X thing versus Y thing that my dad likes God? My dad likes God, and I like Wicca, so we're just like...
do you want to hear the best answer?
What was let's get into the answer.
Right.
Well, hold on. What's your answer for this guy first? Let's both chime in with our answers for him.
So she or he says he acts all weird when I talk about it and stuff. He and my sister and everyone else are Christian. He and my sister and everyone else are Christian. So your father won't let you do Wiccan potions because they're not Christian potions.
Right.
If you just replace all the usual words with things like, Jesus, bless this potion, that when I drink it, I'll be filled with the holy light to make
Christ.
Bobby fall in love with me.
Yeah, right. You just replace the Wicca stuff with Christ stuff, and you're in good shape, I think. Good answer, Adam.
Yeah.
I would tell this kid that in order to get the things he wants and to be a complete person, there comes a point where you gotta tell your dad that you like different stuff than him and that he needs to fuck off.
Or that he needs to respect it.
Right, no, just like, look, we're not the same person. This is the stuff you like. That's the stuff I like. Hopefully we can still watch the fucking baseball game when it's on, but if this is going to cause a rift between us,
you could also say, Daddy, you're only making it naughtier.
Yeah, you're only making this weird. You're only making this weirder.
You're
only
naughty.
Naughtier.
You're only making
better. Your boy.
You're
making your boy deserve some punishment.
Oh, no.
What are we doing?
Here's the best answer.
Oh, God.
Honey, this is from username Christian. That's all. Nothing clever, just Christian. Honey, there's no such thing as Wiccan potions. I am an ordained Wiccan high priestess who runs a coven. Let me explain a few things to you first. As a presumably young person who's interested in Wicca, it's fine for you to explore all your religious options because that's what young people do to find their way in the world. However, you do need parental approval to practice an alternative religion if you are under 18.
Huh.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I don't think so.
That sounds like a load of crap.
I think you can practice an alternative
like I can make
religion.
up an alternative religion right now, practice it, and abandon it within 1 second if I want.
Well, you're over 18, so.
I could do that if I were 15.
In fact, I did.
I did. Yeah, I did. It was awesome.
She goes on, I don't know, the answer, she goes on to do this classic thing where you say what Wicca is and what Wicca isn't.
Yeah, she does her little Scientology spiel at the end, and hopefully the brand is preserved for people in.
She says, "Here's what Wiccans do." Okay. This is what she says. Further, real Wiccans don't do a lot of spell casting and potion making. That stuff in any book that tells you differently is completely false. Is not the crux of what Wicca is about. Here's what Wiccans do. They celebrate the 8 solar Sabbats and 26 lunar Sabbats of the year. They convene together to study the 3 levels of Wicca and qualified Wicca clergy persons. They commune with the divine through the natural world in a manner that is specific to Wicca. They give back to their communities in real ways, such as doing volunteer work and charity work. They practice sustainability practices to the degree that they can to care for the earth. They conform to a code of ethics that include doing no unnecessary harm. If they are trained to do so, they very occasionally practice spell workings for positive change.
What's with this? This person's kind of pushing their agenda on the individual wizard, I think.
I mean, she's the high priestess of her coven, so I guess she feels
well, right,
she has the
right,
authority.
because this is she's and is she any better than the guy who just chopped off that dude's head at this point? Just another hypocritic wizard.
Well, she didn't chop off someone's head.
She ripped that guy's nuts off in a comment. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Like that. No, this is a good opportunity to support this kid and say, tell your dad to eat a dick and make all the potions you want. And she's just like, let me clear things up for you,
honey.
This might help your father understand who we are. Yeah, like. Like, embolden this guy. He's not going to want to do anything now after this. You're like, well, my dad lectures me, and now the Wiccans are lecturing me too, and I just don't know what to do anymore. I'm just going to start cutting and doing crystal meth instead.
I know, yeah.
Like
some people don't respond well to
this kind of interaction. Yeah, like he was obviously just looking for a little support from people, and he's just like getting all this. Just like, well, first of all, you're wrong, and your understanding of this thing that's supposed to be fulfilling to you is also wrong.
Yeah.
What a cunt.
Oh, well.
What a cunt.
You want some fun facts on potions?
I would love
now?
some fun facts on potions.
One of Shakespeare's most famous love potions is used by the fairy Puck in the Midsummer Night's Dream,
dude.
You know all about it?
I know all about Midsummer Night's Dream, dude. They do the love potion, and then they have a bisexual orgy out in the forest, and then it's okay because everyone who hooked up with everyone else just marries the other of the opposite sex, and then they go out to dinner.
Well, do you know what the name of the flower that was used in the potion
What
was?
is the flower?
Love and idleness, otherwise known as the wild pansy.
Ah, yeah, that's Shakespeare for you.
Here's an interesting one. St. Paul's potion for epilepsy, catalepsy, and stomach problems. Supposedly invented by St. Paul, this potion was to be drunk. The extensive list of ingredients included licorice, sage, willow, roses, fennel, cinnamon, ginger, cloves.
Hella weed?
Cormorant blood, hella weed, mandrake, dragon's blood, and 3 kinds of pepper.
Because hella weed will help with all those things he just said.
Allegedly.
No, I mean it's scientifically and magically.
Okay.
All right.
Although this sounds like a real witch's brew, most of the ingredients do have some medicinal value.
Boom.
Licorice is good for the chest. It was and continues to be used to treat coughs and bronchitis. Sage is thought to improve blood flow to the brain, help one's memory, and willow contains salicylic acid, a component of aspirin. Fennel, cinnamon, and ginger are all carminatives, which relieves gas in the intestines and would relieve a colicky stomach. So there's reasons for everything, man.
Yeah.
Love Potion. Here's another one. Love Potion number 9, the 1959 song by the Clovers, told of an aphrodisiac peddled by a quote-unquote gypsy that makes the subject love/kiss everything he sees, including an unappreciative cop. Kind of referenced that earlier.
Yeah.
I love that song.
I really like that song, too.
The last kiss caused the destruction of the potion, but the love for the song itself continued through the decades. It was covered by many artists, including The Searchers, Neil Diamond, The White Stripes, and Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, legacy.
Everything inside. I didn't know if it was day or night.
Oh, wow. Are you playing that on your phone?
Down on 34th and Vine. He broke my little bottle of love potion number 9.
That was a
Yeah,
clip.
that's cool. Yeah, we got the clip. And we have a clip ready this time. Alvin!
In Shrek 2, the ogre steals a happily ever after potion from the fairy godmother's lair, believing it will bring him and his true love, beauty divine.
They looked like just kind of regular folks when they turned beautiful. Like they took a potion to make them look beautiful.
I haven't seen it. I'm sorry.
But then it just kind of made them look regular. But then I guess when they took the potion in the end, it turned everyone into ogres. So instead of making the beautiful person make Shrek the ugly one beautiful, it made the beautiful one into an ogre, and they lived happily ever after.
Okay.
It worked out, but had kind of one of those twist-ending monkey's paw, not the way you think kind of things.
Clever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's no B movie, but DreamWorks definitely did hit a home run with Shrek 2.
They hit us. I had a Smash. I was trying to work Smash Mouth into this.
They were going to be real all-stars.
Somebody once
Can we
told
edit
me
this out of the
that,
show? Just edit this part out.
Okay, it's going out. Yeah, I had to put a Shrek thing in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. For those who may not know, a flying ointment is a salve or oil infused with psychoactive herbs, reportedly used by witches to fly their Sabbath rites in the early modern period, during the height of the witch hunts in Europe. Have you heard of these? There was a recipe for one.
Yeah, I saw
online.
one on the
I want to fly.
I thought about that too, but I'm not. Do we need an FAA incident here? Like, there's gonna be like
What they say the ingredients were.
A man flew today without proper FAA clearance. He's now been.
Yeah. Oh.
And we've got. It's like not that we've got natural laws which say we can't fly, but I'm not buying that. It's the laws on paper that say we can't fly that are causing me to more concern, because I'd go for the flying potion if I thought it wasn't going to be like, nope, $30,000 fine. You were not cleared for takeoff, asshole.
They would do
yeah,
something
they would.
like
yeah,
that.
they totally
would.
would.
Yeah, this isn't a joke. This isn't magic. This is just breaking the law.
This is how it works. Yeah. You did not file clearance with the FAA to take off. You have no flight plan filed. You did not call the control tower. Like, just they're going to they'd rip your ass a new one if you just started flying around. Like,
People would hate
right,
you.
no, you're like you get within
it's
within
that
a
flying
mile of
guy.
the airport, and they're just like, oh, all flights grounded. It's that flying guy again. People just sitting on the tarmac like, fucking flying guy.
Yeah. Well,
I hope they find him again.
I mean, yeah, it seemed like a fun one to make. I did not, but I didn't know that it was literally stuff to make you feel like you're flying. Most flying ointment recipes include plants from the, here we go, Solanaceae family. You may recognize some or all of them: belladonna, datura, henbane, and mandrake.
I know Datura.
These are all things that are highly edible.
And Belladonna's a porno star.
Yes. I didn't know there was a belladonna porno star.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
should
know a lot
check
of their
her out.
names. There are a lot A lot of nameless ones in the kind.
She's
I
kind of an
watch.
aging skank now, but it's pretty good to watch.
Those are the best.
So that's what I'm saying. It's really good. Like she's been at the porno for a long time now.
So, if you noticed, a lot of these things are kind of poisonous, and like the belladonna thing, that they call them hell's bells. There's those hanging.
Yeah.
Well, this ointment you would put on topically. You weren't supposed to drink it. So, does that qualify as a potion? Kind of.
Yeah, definitely. My potion you didn't. The potion I made you don't drink.
What?
Yes.
Oh no. No. Okay. Yeah. It's but it says if you put it on your skin, it's safe to do all these highly poisonous plants into your body.
I've always wondered what Datura would actually be like to do. I'm a big fan of
Which one's Datura?
I'm a big fan of a disassociative episode. If I can spark a good one, it can be a real hoot, but it's just a question of how you come out on the other end. Datura, it's the devil's trumpet. Little plants on the ground.
Okay.
White flower looks like a betrumpet, and they just cause massive dissociation.
Is
when
that
you
the
take
one
them.
like devil's breath where you blow it in someone's face in
No,
Mexico?
the zombie powder. I wish we could do that drug.
My friend grows
Because
it in
I
his
want it. Because I
backyard,
want
or
it.
he
I
did
want
before his house.
I want to
burnt
prank
down.
myself on that one. I want to blow it in my own face and then empty out my own bank account to see if I can trick myself to do it. But I think the joke is on me from the get-go on that one.
Yeah,
I need to find a target with more money in his bank account.
Mandrake. Which one's that? That sounds like a cool thing.
Yeah,
Mandrake
the
root.
mandrake,
What
yeah.
was that in? That seemed like it was in. I don't know. I just imagine this
Lord
root that looks
Mandrake.
like a dragon, kind of.
Oh.
Anyways, so yeah, that's witch's flying ointment. That's all of our fun facts about potions. You could probably think of some yourself and tell them to yourself, which we will let you do right now.
Did you think of some?
All right, we're back. Here are some tips for potion concocting. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. This is a lot of this comes from The Witch and the Wizard Training Guide by Serona Knight. So that's some authoritative shit for you. Number 1, begin by following your potion's recipes exactly as they are noted. While more advanced wizards may wish to experiment with their recipes, a beginner should stick to the script.
Okay.
Kind of did that. Number 2, learn how the ingredients used work together before trying to craft your own concoction. So try and figure out, hey, what do these do?
Okay.
By learning the magical qualities of each ingredient before putting them together, you'll have a better idea of whether or not your potion will produce the desired effect.
A lot of research there.
Be cautious.
Asking for a lot of research there. Okay, no, fair enough.
4, be cautious crafting your potion and be sure to never add any poisonous or harmful ingredients to the mix.
Like bleach?
I don't know. Is that poisonous? Can't you drink that?
I get told to drink it all the time.
It'll turn your belly blue.
Yeah. I mean, I people tell me to drink it constantly, so
Yeah.
I guess it's good. I don't know.
Oh no, not bleach. What's the blue liquid you're not supposed to drink? Drano?
Windex?
Something. Okay. Number 5. Growing the ingredients yourself will enhance the magical properties of your potion. Didn't do that. That would just take
I
a
did
while.
that.
You did?
Yes. I grew the moss myself.
Nice.
Or that is to say, it grew itself on
For
its own
you.
accord on my property. Yes.
Number 6. While old witches' cauldrons were made of materials like cast iron, it's better that you use a cauldron made of ceramic or just a ceramic pot to brew your potions in, as metal containers can add unwanted contaminants.
Yeah, you could definitely get a reaction there if you were to. What do you mix your potions in, Adam?
Well, mine that I did was a cold water one where you just steep it, so I didn't have to heat it up. I didn't have to worry about
Used
that.
a mason jar.
No. Oh wait, yes I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
You got
use
me.
I use like a Pyrex pan.
That sounds really uncontaminated.
It's it's a old Corning Visionware pan from the era gone by, and it's great. You really won't get any reactions from it. It's nice and contemporary, yet timeless at the same time. Like if you were to show this pan to someone in 100 years, they'd be like, "Oh, timeless."
Yeah,
I remember those ancient days.
If you know pans,
if you know your pans, the Corning Visionware. I have a purple one that
Get
I
it
use
on eBay.
for all of my
wonder how much
magical
it costs.
cauldroning. Well, if you're crafty like us and you hunt the thrift stores, then you can get one from between $3 and $5.
Unless all the bozos are out stealing all the
trying
deals
to get all the
before
good
you.
shit before you're there.
They
I
just
know,
seem
I
to
can't
appear
stand
earlier
this.
and
They
earlier.
and they're
Just with their phones out, just checking the value of everything.
yeah,
You're just trying to honestly look for cool
I'm just honestly trying to check
retro
the value of
stuff
stuff to sell on eBay.
before they do.
They do. They're trying to do it, and
Yeah.
you are too. But the pan sells, I think, for about $3 to $5 in the store, and then you sell it for between $10 and $15 on eBay.
A little turnaround.
It's kind of a heavy item to ship, though. I wouldn't get down that road as far as eBaying is concerned. Though it's not that they like if you have a complete set of Visionware, like it will sell right away.
it's
Thank
really
you
clean,
for
I
joining
bet.
us on Let's Just Be eBay Sellers.
The kind of water used in your potion is important as well. Try to use spring, well, rain, and distilled water whenever possible to avoid fluoride or chlorine contamination. Did you follow that? I did not follow
I didn't
this
use
rule.
water in mine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yours was a dry potion and
Just
went
use
down
that
real
regular
dry.
old.
Shove it,
you know
stuff
what?
it
Yeah.
down with a stick
We'll get
down
into
your throat.
We'll get into how my potion
I know.
worked.
I don't have a problem with tap water. I like to drink it just to show people like
How
tough I
strong you
am.
are. Yes, it's a
Like
feat
the
of
sailor.
strength. This feat of strength.
Dude, are you
I
sure you
just
don't want
drink
the
tap
filtered
water.
one? Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, no thanks.
Tap's been fine for me for years, and it ain't gonna change.
This amazing feat of. Is he drinking tap water? Whoa.
Got a badass over here. No, that's kind of true.
Well,
That's what
I mean, you don't
why I
drink, you
do
don't
that, but-
drink, so it's not like you can be like, give me some rot gut and
Mm-hmm.
show everyone how much you can put away, which you could do. I've seen you do it, so
Yes.
it's not like right? It's not like you couldn't. It's just like you're just kind of like, no, fuck you. I am a badass. I'll drink tap water. That's
Yeah.
what you got. That
Give me all the
the
fluoride.
one thing you can hang on to
My
at this
teeth are
point.
brittle and falling apart. I need all the fluoride I can
Right?
get.
Yeah. What are we?
Finally, empower your potions by focusing your mind on the intention you have for the potion and channeling it into your finished product.
I think that had a huge factor in
Yeah.
the outcome of my potion.
Well, we're good. We're there now. So let's talk about our assignment this last week was to make our own potions.
All right, so
kick us off?
First you start with 30 milliliters of dark rum.
What is this
30
potion
milliliters
called?
of? It's called a magic potion.
Oh, wait, what?
Wait, this is a
Run this
This is a cocktail recipe. I'm sorry.
There were lots of those
Yes,
online.
that's not okay. Let me no for real.
It's like no one wants to get serious online. They're just like, oh, it's funny. We call it the magic potion. That's not a real. Well, I don't know. Getting drunk, I guess, is some sort of power.
some sort of magical power people use.
Yeah, I could go first if you want.
No, I got it. I got
Okay.
it. I'm just opening up the recipe here. So the potion I did was called Dream of the Future, which I was I can have some pretty vivid dreams sometimes that will I would like to think line up with the stuff that I like to do or would want to do in my daily life, but don't usually. Like a lot of that's probably projecting, but in this instance, I actually
Don't shortchange your wizard
did.
powers.
Yeah, no, I don't. I actually definitely did dream of the future. So how this works is first you get half cup of sandalwood incense, 2 teaspoons of myrrh, half cup of orris root, crushed, 3 teaspoons of frankincense powder, a half a cup of moss, which I grew in my own yard, and 2 teaspoons of oregano. It says mix well in a bowl. I used that Pyrex pan we were discussing earlier. put a tight lid, put on a tight lid and place it in a dark corner of the room till it's to be used. So mine came with storage instructions. So
Nice.
I stuck the remaining containment amount in a mason jar, kind of like what you used, except my lid was plastic and yours was metal. But anyway, it was a tight lid, just like they said. I put it on as tight as I could. So, here's what you do. You take a tablespoon of it and burn it before you go to sleep.
Huh.
And then you can take another amount and either sprinkle some of it onto your bed, or better yet, sew it into a pouch. And
like an aromatherapy.
Yeah, like an
pillow.
aromatherapy thing, and then put that under your pillow. Wow. And I was thinking about the future, and I had been watching some videos on YouTube by a YouTuber I like, who's DWK. He's a cool guy. He does My Little Pony kind of reviews, and I'd kind of been on a kick with his videos lately, and I'm in a lot of Discord. Well, I'm in a few Discord chat groups where I will talk to various bronies, and a lot of these guys on YouTube will pop up in these groups from time to time. And I thought, man, it would sure be cool if I could run into that guy. He seems like someone who
meet your hero on
YouTube. Just
cool guy on YouTube.
Yeah, well, cool guy on YouTube. I mean as a hero, DWK is a hero because he saved this fandom from itself. Is he a hero to me personally? No, he's someone I would like to know. Well, I thought that's what I thought. He's someone I'd like to have a chat with.
Yeah.
Run into in a chat room and have a chat with. Now, that'd be cool, but I don't know anyone who knows him. And so I do this spell, and that night I have this dream that someone invites me to join a new chat room on Discord. And now this dream is super simple and straightforward because it all takes place in my room with my headset on, talking in my computer, just doing online chat. Like the context of the dream is something that's very familiar to me. So it is very vivid and very just like I can feel it happening because
one of those normal
life dreams. But in this dream, there's this new guy who's kind of like, oh yeah, you're so-and-so's friend. Come join my chat group. And we just kind of start talking about stuff, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you should come around when DWK's hanging out here sometime." I'd be like, "Oh, you know him? That's cool."
Yeah.
He fucking saved this fandom. That's awesome. Oh yeah. Also, I sound like this guy.
Okay.
We have the same voice, apparently. Apparently, DWK and I could pull some Andy Kaufman grade shit and trick everyone into thinking we're the same dude if we wanted to. Or some Tyler Durden.
Over the phone.
Or some Tyler Durden. No one's seen his face yet.
Okay.
They don't know what he looks like. So,
yeah.
No, we could be doing some Tyler Durden shit, and I might actually be this guy. But probably not. Let's rule that one out for now.
So what happened?
What happened was I had a dream that I went to a chat room and someone said they would introduce me to him.
And then what happened the next morning?
The next morning, I had I went onto YouTube to look at a different video that I had commented on previously because I was kind of being a smartass on an Equestria Daily post, which got me banned. No, I wasn't being a smartass. I was being a complete vulgar idiot on an Equestria Daily post, and that, of course, got me banned.
Yeah.
Now, the related content that I was posting about was something that I had kind of just been ancillarily following because, okay, I said something dumb and then got banned from this forum because I was saying something about this video. Let me at least see how that video is doing. And I noticed in the description, oh shit, there's a link to their Discord server. I love Discord chats. I should totally join this. I go into that chat and no one's there and just hanging out like my name's in the general. And then, a few minutes later, okay, people notice someone's there, and a few people start streaming in, and the main guy whose chat room it is, Pock.
Mm-hmm.
Pock and I get to talking, and he's like, "Oh, this guy's funny. You're funny, And weird. It was Pock.
Yeah, but who did he say you sounded?
He said, he's like, "Oh, weird. You sound just like fucking Uncle DWK,
the guy from
the dream." And then he says, "I'm like, oh yeah, I've heard that before." And then he goes, "No, like really, you do. It's weird. I should hit him up and get him in here." I'm like, "What? You know him?" Like literally, almost verbatim, the exact same thing from the dream. Where I'm in the chat room and the guy's like, "Hey, you guys should talk." The exact thing happened. I have yet to actually talk to DW at this point, though.
But you didn't talk to him in the dream, did you?
No, I didn't talk to him in the dream.
So
I talked to the person
just
like it
the
in the dream. Yeah,
just like the
potion said it would.
Wow, great wizarding.
Well, there it is. As for this affecting my brony networking, which I'm not, some friend of mine said to me, he's like, "Brony Inspector, how are you not horse famous yet?" And I said to him, "Because I don't care to be. I want horse famous people to like me. I don't want to be one of them." I want to hang out with them and talk to them in their chat rooms and be their friends.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that, and I mean, look, we sit here, we make stuff. The idea of being a famous brony is that you make stuff. I mean, this isn't related to that, though. I seem to have kind of brought it around to that just because it's sort of like I'm sharing this personal story.
You're listening to the Horsecast now.
You're listening to that Horsecast. I think is already someone else's podcast.
Wow.
Someone else
stole
has
my
that
great
podcast.
name. Okay,
but I was impressed with that outcome of that spell. I might not be the best brony on YouTube, but I'm a damn good wizard.
There you go. So, and that's what we're talking about. So,
yep.
Good.
Yep.
You want to hear about my
I do want to hear about your potion.
I did a potion called the Water of Life. And the instructions for this potion is to fill a bottle or something similar with cold water and then add dill for wisdom, entice for good dreams, chervil for friendship, caraway.
Friendship is magic.
Well, and that was the one ingredient I wasn't able to find.
It's all right. You have plenty of friendship.
There are a lot of ingredients. Caraway against infidelity, sage against plague, rosemary for improved memory, some roses that help against everything, parsley for love, wormwood against seasickness, and angelica against magic. Let this steep for a while and drink. It tastes like life itself, a little sweet and a little bitter. And I can actually say that it was not sweet, so it is a lot like life
itself. It was just purely bitter. Okay, yes, it tastes like life itself.
Tastes like my life.
It's totally salty and completely bitter. Yeah.
I mean, it will, and yeah. So, anyways, I did the deal. We were out shopping at the same co-op, obviously, for ingredients. And that night, I put them together, and I actually let it steep overnight. I don't know, it really soaked up all.
Yeah, it turned
all those
color
herbs. Yes, it was dark yellow or orange almost. But the stuff was actually, it's interesting because after drinking, I totally get why people, would walk around with mason jars with their little herb things in it, just like, I'm just drinking this for my cold.
Yeah,
it's a bunch of herbs, and I would be like, yeah, right, that doesn't do it. But now it's like I see that you drink something with crazy ass herbs in it and stuff. That whole day, I felt actually really good.
That is rare form for you.
Yeah.
Let's just, throw the cards on the table. You seldom do I talk to you where you're not going just like, oh, what a day.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, is it ever going to end?
So I'd say I had wisdom.
So, like, the fact that you actually felt different from that is telling me a lot about how this spell worked out.
Yeah, no, I felt that
I think
good.
your potion is a winner, dude.
No, I mean, I actually, after I made this, and it only cost me $2 for the ingredients because I just got a
this
little
is
bit
so
of this,
cheap.
a little
Like,
bit of that.
I can't imagine how I cannot like. This is the best part about these spells, like these potions. As far as I can tell, these things are cheap and super effective. So, yeah, like just buy some herbs, man. This
less
is
dangerous than SSRI.
yeah, SSRI inhibitors and
What else?
whatever that thing that
Vicodin.
that narcolepsy drug they were trying to sell as get all your work done super fast.
Adderall.
No, is that one you sent me that link for a few months ago where it was just like, yes, this anti-narcolepsy drug is now being used for
modafinil.
I think that was the one.
Yes, modafinil. That's an interesting one. And see, where I was in Tech Central before, that was what everyone was doing. I'm not in tech, by the way.
He's not. He's an educator.
I make very little money.
He's a substitute Spanish teacher.
Well, we'll say.
Yes.
And but yeah, no, I saw this stuff that it's actually legal. You could go on the internet right now and buy this stuff. It's called modafinil.
I can because I will put drugs in my body and do them to see what happens. Adam can't because he
I can
doesn't.
only use ones that don't really work.
that the doctors give him. That we discussed this earlier. Yes.
But yeah, no. Anyways, getting back to this potion, though, yeah, I felt great. Like I loved actually because I used to like drinking alcohol. How bitter it was. It's like you knew it was doing something,
right? Yeah,
or when I chew a pill up, you knew it was doing something because it was so bitter. And but yeah, this stuff was it's just so bitter tasting, and I felt really good after drinking. I felt like a healthy man. And yeah. I don't know. I recommend it. I did my little wand ceremony
you look
over
like
it.
a
Charged.
healthy man.
Yeah, no, it's giving me life, water of life. But yeah, that was mine. I was gonna bring some, but I forgot. And besides, I drank it straight out of the bottle. I left a little bit, but I think that there's probably a bacteria that exists in my mouth that by now has created a colony inside the leftover juice.
Yeah, it's colony-forming microbes, and they're everywhere.
Yeah. And I think if you had some, you'd just get that colony.
Well, I'll take your colonies, Adam.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'll be a willing host for your colonies.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Oh. Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I just mean
that's how I meant it.
Oh God! All right, so we should probably wrap this podcast up. Let's see. So yeah, that was our potions. Go out and make your own.
Make potions. It's the best.
Make the flying ointment and tell us how it works.
But don't do it near an airport or any power line, high voltage lines,
or over any.
Steer clear of anywhere. Don't fly anywhere near Damascus. Right. Don't fly near an airport, and don't fly near power lines.
And you should be good.
You'll be fine.
Okay, so yeah, thank you for listening to this week's episode of Let's Just Be Wizards. Next week, we will have an awesome new topic and wizard activity to cover. If you have suggestions for the show, be sure to send your emails, care of letsjustbewizards@gmail.com, or leave your suggestion in the comment section of iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, or whatever the heck you're listening to this on. Also, if you have a book or wizardly item you want reviewed on the show, send us an email, and we can provide you a physical address to send it to. As always, I'm your host, Adam Hilton.
Drew Cox.
And I'd like to end this show with a quote from one of the greatest wizards of the 19th century, Eliphas Levi. Did I pronounce that right?
I think that was good.
And he's a cool guy, okay? Don't let me ruin him.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Ruin solely his good name. But yeah, this is what he says. Order is never observed. It is disorder that attracts attention because it is awkward and intrusive. Yeah.
I love it.
All right. Talk to you next time, guys. We're going to have a cool show next time. Hopefully Max will be back from his
I hope he's back.
Shit.
Let's all be wizards. Immortal, we could never die. Let's cast some spells with all of our dear friends. Let's all be wizards. The magic it would never end. And we'll fly so high in the sky. Fly so high in the sky. Fly so high in the sky. Right into the night.
Well, they shouldn't have been snooping
I don't
around
know what he
and
was
collecting
like. All those
secrets on
all
people.
those hard drives.
I know, all those articles.
those
He'd
hard
stay up
drives.
late at night
Oh,
writing
man.
about the Pizza Gate and
Max is a good guy. I don't know why they're giving him such a hard time about.
I know
this
he
stuff.
didn't affect the election.
Yeah, this was
at
not
all.
him. It wasn't him single-handedly.
No.
Plus,
could
like, he wasn't anyone's cool. Those other guys weren't anyone's cool friend, and Max was.
That's right. All right, later, guys.